Hey everyone, it's your boy Kyle. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day and I'm just sending you positive vibes your way. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my 3-step process of letting go of negative beliefs so you're able to attract what you want in your life. Before we get started with this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and follow me on my social media, so Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They will be linked in the comment section down below. And also, before we get started with this video, I just wanted to give you my definition of a belief. And I think that a belief is defined as a thought you had more than once. And a belief tends to have an emotion attached to it. So a negative belief is a negative thought you had more than once that does not make you feel good or puts you in a low vibrational state. So now that I have defined a belief for you, let's jump into my 3-step process. So the first step in the process of how you can let go of negative beliefs and attract what you want in your life is to live in the present moment. But when we talk about, attracting a desire, we're usually thinking about it in the future perspective. And saying that, once we've thought of the desire we want to attract, we have to live in the present moment and we have to take affirmative action every single day on that desire so we're able to manifest it. But when we take affirmative action every single day, it's natural that we tend to have negative beliefs towards our desires because our ego gets in the way and tells us that we can't do something or we're not good enough, because the ego is trying to protect us. So what I personally do, and this brings a lot of encouragement to me when I manifest my desires, is I really break down my desire into micro manifestations or micro goals, whatever you want to call them, into smaller manageable chunks. And when I accomplish it daily, it gives me so much encouragement, and it also gives me, and I see physical evidence of my desire being manifested. And when I see that physical evidence, I'm gonna get rid of that negative belief because I have credibility now, and I'm gonna be replacing those negative beliefs with positive beliefs because I see it happening. Sometimes when we have a desire, it's really big and it's vast, and when it's that big, it has a lot of vibrational energy. And for us to attract that desire, we have to be on the same vibrational wavelength of that desire. And so if it's really big and if we're not seeing physical evidence happening every single day or every couple of days, we can get discouraged, and that can kind of make our ego then our ego kind of tells us that we aren't good enough, it's not going to happen, you're just not good enough. But like I said, if we break it down into smaller manageable chunks of our desire, we're able to go up the vibrational ladder. It makes it easier for your mental and gives you so much encouragement to push forward and ignore the ego and how the ego is going to give you negative beliefs. And I know this works because I actually have a second YouTube channel. Well, this is technically my second YouTube channel. I have a first YouTube channel, and it's all about movie reviews and video game stuff, and I started it in the beginning of the pandemic. But what happened was, at first I was having negative beliefs about it because I wasn't getting the views, or because my channel is fresh, and so YouTube hasn't, the algorithm hasn't served my videos up yet, or people didn't like me or how I looked. But if I took action every single day, ignored the negative beliefs, I inserted positive beliefs, and I broke down my manifestation into micro goals or micro chunks, I felt so good, and I didn't even listen to my ego, and I just pushed forward, and I don't even have any of those negative beliefs anymore. I only have positive ones, and because I've got little bits of encouragement on the way. And I think that's very important for anyone that has a desire or goal that they want to attract, to have little encouragements on the way. Because if you don't have encouragement on the way, it's like climbing up a mountain, and it is very frustrating. And so it's just very important for that. So the second way of removing or letting go of negative beliefs to attract what you want is to letting go of your past. I find that people let their past experiences dictate their present moment, and I don't think that's very fair, because you went through your past experiences and they've helped you garner some perspectives of the life you're living, but that's not who you are, and because you evolve, you change, and you adapt, and so who you are in the present moment isn't who you are in the past. And so I also think that people tend to use their past experiences as excuses as to why they can't take action on a desire, or why they can't have the desire because maybe they can't relate to it, or something like that. And I don't think that's right. So I'll give you an example of this is, say when you were younger and the teachers were telling you that you weren't smart enough or you couldn't go to university, and so you've internalized that past experience to now, and you're telling yourself, and you have that negative belief of you're not smart enough, you're not intelligent based on what happened to you in grade 4. You're totally two different people. And also that person that perpetrated that idea onto you of saying you're not intelligent, they probably had a bad day and something happened in their life and they're just taking it on you, and then you've internalized it of something that's not even true, and now you've cultivated this negative belief that is far from the truth of who you are now. And so I've noticed that based on my personal experience, and I've helped other coworkers or friends out, they tend to let their past experiences get in the way of what they can desire, and it's very unfortunate because they are, like I said, a totally different person than they were when they were young. And use this logic of my example to maybe something that happened in your life that is causing a negative belief to occur in your present moment. And when you think about it and you apply this logic, you're able to think now that this negative belief no longer serves me, and because it was in the past life, and now you're different, you're evolved, and you're a totally different person now than what happened in the past. And so you're able to assess it and be like, this no longer serves me. You disregard it, and now you add positive beliefs or even an affirmation to juice up a positive belief about yourself. So you're able to kickstart it, give you so you're able to raise your vibrations, and that's able to help you attract what you want in your desire. Yeah, another example, and usually when people think about law of attraction, they think about manifesting money. And so if someone's like, I want more money, but when they have that desire of want more money, they're feeling the lack of having money, but also they also could be thinking of the past experience about not relating to having money because maybe their family didn't have a lot of money in the past. So they're thinking, how can I have more money now or in the future and have a desire more money if I've never obtained or felt having more money? Let go of that past experience and just focus on the present moment and saying, garnering more money. In this instance, you would be grateful for the current money you have in your bank account, and then more opportunities would come about that were able to give you more money. But if you were to base your present moment of not having money, or not, or based on the past experience of you've never had a lot of money, then how the universe isn't able to serve you more money. So hopefully that makes some sense and bring you some clarity. Because I know that people sometimes, the belief is always based on a negative emotion that they've had in their past life, and then they've still let it serve them in their present moment, and so that's going to bring them in a lower vibrational state, and then they can't move out of that because they have that negative belief occurring. But if you tell yourself that I'm grateful for the amount of money I have, and you're going to not let those past experiences no longer serve you, the universe will open up to you and give you opportunities to garner and gain more money. So the third way of letting go of negative beliefs and so you're able to attract what you want in your life is to not live so much in the future moment. And what I mean by that is I know that when we have a desire that we want to attract, you are living for that particular moment when you're manifesting a desire in the future, but it only becomes a problem when you are leaving the future moment and coming back to your present moment, and now there's this negative dissonance between your future and your present self. And then when there's that negative dissonance, you're gonna put negative beliefs in your head. I'll give you an example of this. So my friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was telling everyone that he wanted to be a famous singer and he envisioned himself being famous. He did take lessons every week and he was taking some action, but he wasn't taking daily action where he was practicing every day. He wasn't recording his voice, learning, listening back, assessing it. He wasn't going out to the bars and singing, and like getting over the growing pains of being a singer, getting booed or anything like that. He was living in the future moment of telling himself he wants to be a singer, and he felt really good about it. But then when he came back the present moment, he felt the negative contrast, because then when he came back, he was thinking, I'm not a good singer. People don't like my singing. I don't know how to book a gig. I don't sound good. And then he's telling himself negative beliefs about himself, but to make himself feel good, he's living in the future. So what I'm saying is that it's good to live in the future moment for a particular minute. They kind of give you motivation every single day to take daily action. But I think when you come back to the future moment, you have to take daily action. You have to ignore your ego. You have to push through those negative obstacles. And the ego will sometimes make up fake negative beliefs about yourself, saying like you're not good enough, you don't sound good, no one likes you, or anything like that. You have to push through that, and you're gonna feel so much better. And also, like I said before, you have to break down your desire into smaller chunks. Going back to my example of my friend being a future singer, that is a huge desire that has a lot of vibrational energy. So when he comes back down to the present moment, there's a lot of lack of good energy, and there's like he's not feeling good anymore, because now he's no longer living in that moment. He's living in the now, and the now he's not feeling very good because he's not living his future self. It's kind of like weird to explain, but hopefully I'm explaining this right, because I know that people do live in their future self, and then they don't want to take action every single day, and the only reason why they're living in their future self is to make themselves feel good. But then when they come back to the present moment, they have the negative beliefs about why they can't attract that desire. So I know this happens, and because it happened to my friend, and I feel like it does happen a lot more than people think it does. I think most of the time when people have a negative belief, it's usually about an old identity about themselves, which is living in the past. But I also think that it's also the future, and living too much in the future and not doing the work that helps you go up the vibrational ladder to meet your desire. So realize that everything in your life is a form of choice and decisions that you make, and that if you live in the present moment, you're able to be who you prefer to be and go on that journey and that experience, and not letting the negative beliefs serve you, and only serve out positive beliefs. When we choose to be who we prefer to be, we see ourselves in a new way, and when we see ourselves in a new way, we have a new identity, and when we have a new identity, we're letting go of the old identity that no longer serves us anymore. And when we do that, you're gonna feel so great. I just trust me on this one. Please trust me on this one. You're gonna feel so good. So before I wrap up this video, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions that you can think about. And it is, what definitions are you placing on yourself and that are causing you to have these negative beliefs about yourself? Are these negative beliefs coming from or rooted in your past experience, or are they an old story that you're telling yourself? I'm leaving you with those questions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that these 3 ways that I've identified and how you can remove a negative belief, and so you're able to track what you want. And I kind of think that these 3 ways can also be categorized as like 3 different states of minds in which you're living under. And once you identify that, you're able to, make it no longer serve you and put and insert positive beliefs. I also think that depending on your desire that you want to manifest, you will live in between any of these states of mind. And so depending what it is, you will have to remove those negative beliefs. So an example, like I said before, is if it's about manifesting money, but in your past experience you didn't have any association with having a lot of money, you have to remove that past experience and say it no longer serves you, and implement positive beliefs about you can have more money, and be grateful. And how you can kind of start implementing positive beliefs about that, and that particular example is to be grateful for your current amount in your bank account, and more opportunities will come your way. And when that happens, you're able to insert positive beliefs. And living in the present moment, and like not letting the past dictate you, but also not living in the future moment as much, because when we live in the future too much, we do feel really good, but when we come back to the present moment, we do not feel good, because there's that big energy contrast between them. And when you come back to the present, you're thinking, how the hell do I get to there when I'm not in a place where I would want to be? But we have to take action every single day and not let those negative beliefs come in. And those negative beliefs usually come from your ego that is trying to protect you, or from past experiences, like I was saying. And yeah, I really hope that you got some value out of this, or my examples that I've used. You can use that logic onto something that you're experiencing right now, or a particular scenario that you're going through, and hopefully that brings you some clarity. Yeah, and thank you everyone for watching this video. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful, positive day. I look forward to hearing what you think about this video, or do you have any suggestions of any law of attraction topics you want me to cover? I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll just see everyone in the next video. Make sure you also follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well, and because I'll be posting a lot of other content over there. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Stay positive, love one, hate no one. Peace out. Bye.